What would you tell if you had to teach your younger self a lesson? What would you tell your younger self?
It's okay to have a soft life, but be realistic with your soft life. Like, are you really avoiding things?
When a relationship is done, keeping gifts or tossing them?
I've done both. What's one area this week where you're choosing growth over comfort?
Moving on up
to the east side. Oh shit, got stuck in the spin cycle.
Shit. I'm stuck.
But I think to bring it back all together though, well, happy Tuesday. We back at it.
That was quite the intro.
Slow and steady burn. Slow and steady burn.
I hope nobody gets a slow or a steady burn.
Huh?
I feel like if you have a slow and steady burn, you should be worried. Just say.
Why does everything have to go there?
That's just what I think. Like, what do you think of when you think of a slow, steady burn?
A new lit candle.
Oh, okay.
But I just love candles.
That's good to know. What's your favorite scent?
So I don't do any floral scents because my allergies, of course, but
right.
I'm just not really a big floral scent. I love very earthy, naturey scents. Essentially, people have said like, oh, like you want your candle to like smell like a nigga, and I'm like, not necessarily.
Niggas smell like earth?
Well, like there's a candle that literally smells like a fine ass nigga. Have you heard of that candle? No. Well, I can't remember the full name of like the actual branding of the candle, but someone got me that candle as a gift, and when I smell it, it does think of like, oh, like this candle smells like a fine ass black man. Like I liked that. But the scents that I usually burn, people that like reminds them of just like a very nice smelling cologne. Like it's not florally, but it's not also like too earthy. It's like mixed with different sage, vanilla, different spice. Very like fall scents.
If you had to ask me what a fine ass nigga smelled like, I wouldn't be able to give you an answer.
Well, I mean, I would assume that you would just said like, oh, me, because I'm him, because I feel like that's the response you would give. But
yes. But even, I don't know. Like, I could tell you some of my colognes, but I like certain things that I know other niggas don't like that don't.
Well, yeah.
You know, everybody will prescribe to different shit.
Right.
So.
But anyway, talking about candles and stuff, we're back at it at the How'd I Get Here podcast on this lovely, bright Tuesday. It was a little chilly today, though. I'm not
I had to turn my heat back on.
I had to bust out the puffer, y'all.
Yeah, this shit is ghetto.
Because, okay, were you up for the weird ass hailstorm we had this morning?
Yes, I was walking into work.
So I woke up late first, and then I literally was bugging the fuck out walking my dog, because at first I thought somebody like threw something out the window I walked by, and I was like, oh, that's
how we started.
I was like, damn, like fuck Earth. I mean, yeah, fuck Mother Nature, but damn. And then I saw something else fall out the sky, but I thought it was something else that was like blowing like trash or whatever. And then it just all came down, and I was able to catch some like in my hand, and I was like, oh, this is actual hail. But then I like was just like kind of like messing with it, but it wasn't solidified as like a true rock of hail. It was still very soft. So I was like, what the fuck is this soft ass hail for bitch ass weather? Yeah, I don't know. Mother Nature, she really in her petty bag.
She's not ready to go out.
And I just feel like, as someone who also subscribes to, I'm sorry, Auntie Michelle, but like I'm not going high, I'm taking it to hell. I feel like Mother Nature has gone past hell.
Yes.
Like I really don't know anymore what she's truly feeling.
I think she knows that the current state of our country is at a low. So she's just like, you know what, I'm gonna be low too. I hate this place.
She's like, my knees, they sturdy, so I can get down low.
Now you know that we got some folk in there. What's up, y'all?
Hey.
I can hit y'all with the JDJ of the week, Jacob's dad joke.
Oh.
Yeah. Ash, you and me and you, we here. It's your boy, Mr. Brown Broken Guapo, 10 toes down, big head up. I got a funny joke for y'all, and it goes like this. Why are football stadiums so cool? Why are football stadiums so cool?
I'm trying to think of all the references of football that could essentially go with this dad joke. Why are football stadiums so cool?
You ready for it?
I feel like it has to do something with so cool. Is it something about like how the wind blows when you're throwing a pass or some shit? I would be so upset. I just know it.
Because they're filled with fans.
That's some bullshit.
Somebody gonna get a laugh out of that one. Late as fuck. Niggas. Yeah.
I mean, there goes Journeys of Jay.
My girl. So glad to have finally met her. Now,
I know, right?
we just gonna stroll on right into our question of the day. And when I say stroll, I don't mean like you brothers and sisters out there that, you know, the fraternity sorority. We ain't gonna stroll that way. We just gonna stroll like a nice, easy, cool stroll.
Oh, like when they play like Smooth Operator in the elevator?
Smooth Operator. Yeah. All right. So, your house is on fire.
Wow.
Right?
Do I have insurance?
Nah.
What?
Your house is on fire, no insurance.
Okay. Am I able to grab a few of my things?
That is the question.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You're only
Let me let you speak.
You're only allowed to grab 4 things. What are you grabbing?
4 things?
You're only allowed to grab 4 things.
And okay.
Shit, my bad, y'all.
Is it 4 separate things that's outside of what's already on my person? Like, I already usually carry my phone in my pocket.
Yeah, so like your phone, your wallet,
okay.
That's a given.
Okay. Okay, don't hate me, y'all. I'm not gonna grab my dog because she will instinctively already see her way out. So I don't need to grab her. So that's one less thing I need to grab. So I get back my 1 additional item. So I still have 4 things. Yes. I just need to put that out there before y'all try to call PETA on me and shit. Be like, no, she can take herself out. Honestly, I'm gonna train her to grab some shit too, so she can carry 4 things and I get 4 things. I would definitely grab my childhood memory box. I would also grab definitely a charger of some sort.
Interesting.
Yeah, because like I'm like, okay, if my phone's not fully charged, I'm gonna have to like use it to start like calling people and shit, and like the battery's gonna die. So I'm like, shit, how am I gonna charge my phone?
Okay.
All right, so charger, my childhood memory box. I would say as many pairs of shoes as I can, but I'm gonna really stick to maybe just like 1 good solid pair because I can always get back more. Trying to think what else. This is tough.
Tough because you can't think of anything else, or tough because
like in my head I'm thinking
so
like, oh, like do I grab my like pieces of artwork that I've collected over the like days? Do I grab you know, my plants? I love my plants. They said everything. They just making trips just back and forth. Because I'm also thinking in my head, like, okay, I could say my Switch, my PlayStation, my fucking TV, but I'm like, all those things are replaceable. Like, I'm thinking of the things that I have that I've kept with me throughout moving out of my childhood home till now that has truly, like, served a purpose for me. Okay, my last thing I would grab is my other box that I have of just like all my mementos between like sheet music, awards that I won when I was like more heavily involved in being a musician. What about yourself? I feel like you definitely gonna have to grab some shoes. Actually, I'm curious which shoe would you actually say, nah, I needs that?
I only get to pick one pair of shoes?
One pair! And it can't, well, okay. I'm not gonna give you this loophole, but the bonus you get is I'm assuming you're already gonna want to put on a pair of shoes to get out that are actually like doable and not like, you know, slippers or something you could like run in. So like whatever that pair is on your feet plus an additional pair. So technically you got two.
Bro, that's crazy because...
Yep, because I know you got lots of gems in there.
I got a pair of 11s that I probably wear like 3 times a year.
So you grabbing those?
Ooh, and I also got a pair of Kobe's, like what from the original drop.
Oh, you definitely gotta. I'm sorry, the Kobe's over the 11s. That's just me personally. Like, R.I.P. Mamba.
You want to know the worst part about those Kobe's?
What?
Moan gave them to me, and they don't even fit.
How he give you a pair of shoes that don't fit?
They were his, and it was like, yo, I don't wear these. You want them?
I see.
And they were my size, but you know how certain shoes like run differently and whatever. So that
it's like you can't wear too thick of a sock.
Right. And now it's just annoying.
Yeah. Damn.
Ooh, it might be them 11s.
Really?
It might be the 11s that I got in the closet.
You know, I did not think you was gonna pick those, but okay.
Yeah, I don't. You know why it's gonna be the 11s?
Why?
Because I'm gonna tell folk like, oh, my house burnt down. All I could grab was these
the 11s.
And then my story gonna blow up. Nike gonna see me and be like,
they gonna be like, oh, let's help him out.
Let's help this little
like he promoting our Nikes.
See? And then I'm gonna be like, yo, I wouldn't have got out if I didn't have these 11s on my feet. Okay. So I'm gonna make it sound good. Feel me? Yeah, probably the 11s. My 4 things. Couple pairs of shoes, right?
That's all counted as one thing.
A couple, you know, I could whoosh.
Okay, so that's your first one
whoosh,
thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Cause me, I'm like, that's 4 items right there. Like, what's we talking about?
You know, my 3 jerseys. Oh. I know that's technically 3, but I can throw them on top of each other.
That's another chunk.
Yeah, you know, the ones that are in the old studio.
You know, maybe that's smart for you because like you have a bigger, I guess, right, arm span, whatever it's called, to like grab more things. But I feel like for me, I'm just like, I can only grab so many.
I want to say my laptop.
Okay. But
but everything that's saved on there is saved elsewhere.
Yeah, like as long as you got your cloud storage.
So not the laptop.
Yeah. Because essentially, if you got, especially because you have an Apple, I'm like, whatever's on your laptop, you can low-key probably pull up on your phone.
Any sentimental like pictures, photo albums, anything that I have, I know I have a few, and like one thing that I don't want to say I hate about myself, but I wish like my memory was a little bit better. And I wish I would look back at pictures or like every morning I wake up, one of the first things I do is open Snapchat. Because you know how it'll show you like the pictures from that day in previous years.
Yeah, I just got a notification before here saying like, oh, check yourself out, Ashley, from 7 years ago in Bridgeport. I'm like, what the hell was I doing in Bridgeport 7 years ago?
So, and that's the thing, like the pictures will come up and I'll be like, oh shit, I would have never thought about this moment without this picture coming up. And then it's funny because like that, as well as Facebook memories, I can also like, once a week comes, I could be like, I know what this week's memory is going to be. Or like, if it's like around the end of October, that was always conference playoff time.
I see.
You know what I mean? So I know there's college you know what I mean?
Right.
So things of that nature.
It's so funny when you talk about Facebook because I joined Facebook very late in the game. I didn't have a Facebook account until college.
Really?
Yeah, my mom was not very big on like me getting a Facebook and stuff like that. Like all my friends had like the AIMs, the AOLs, the MySpace, the Facebook. So like they'll show me like, oh, I remember when I posted this picture thinking I was cute or whatever. Like this is ridiculous. And like they'll show me like all their like archive photos on their Facebook, and I'm like, yeah, my first photo was like freshman year in college. I don't really have too many embarrassing photos on Facebook.
I didn't get IG until I moved to England.
Oh, really?
So that was 2014. And that was because you remember we used to have the thing called, I think it was like Photo Bucket, where you could store all your pictures. So I remember I moved to England and I had my sister and I was like, yo, is Instagram like Photo Bucket where you just get to store pictures? And she was like, well, yes, but like not really.
Right.
Like, you know, it's a feed, blah, blah. And I was just using it initially to like show my pictures. So if you go to like my very first
Oh, you
like,
haven't archived any of your photos? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I started archiving those bitches. I was like,
The only stuff that I probably ever deleted off my IG is stuff that had like past partners in it. And that was like
fair.
deleted.
Yeah.
Everything else, like you go to my very, very first IG post, like there's a picture of like of a garbage can.
Yeah.
And in English, it's called rubbish.
Oh.
So it like, I was like, oh, look, garbage
Rubbish.
can. You know what I mean? Like, here's my kitchen. Here's, you know what I mean? Like it was fucking MTV Cribs or something.
Yo.
And then obviously I learned and Instagram like evolved.
Yeah. That was such a classic, iconic show.
Yeah.
Such nostalgia. Be like, welcome to my crib, MTV Cribs. Come on in.
And my fourth thing, I know I'm probably gonna regret this.
Oh.
Like in the like, I wish I was giving it more thought. Granted, it's my fucking question. I should have given it more thought. I think my records.
Honestly, if you didn't say your records, I would have been very surprised.
I think my records, just off of the fact that like, yes, I could find these other places.
Yeah.
But this is like a moment in my life that I'm like, I have a new hobby. I'm like, I could probably pull each one of those records out and tell you
like when
where I was when I found them, like the first time I played them, you know, the first time I actually heard the song. So it's something, and like, yeah, I'd go find it again, but it's like, nah, this is like...
There's some nostalgia with that.
Right.
Honestly, I think that's the beauty too of when like people get into music. Like people don't always see music from that lens. They just think about like, oh, like, you know, like it's music, you vibe, like it makes you feel good. But there is a sense of, I almost just say like, it's like a sense of like homestead, like nostalgia of just like, no, like there's a core memory with each of those albums in vinyl that you purchased.
Yeah. So like I could get another turntable set, all that shit. My liquor, you know, collection is pretty extensive, but I think the vinyls would have to be the fourth thing to come.
I feel like that, I was thinking like in my head that would be the first thing you grab because of what you were telling me the other day about with the heat and stuff, and they're very sensitive to heat.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like that if you couldn't like out the fire, then hopefully the fire start that way. So you got time to go that way.
Yeah.
But at least you got a lot of doors and stuff, you know. You
I'm about to start that window just chucking shit.
Be like,
Yeah.
Well, we just gonna keep moving right along, but that was a good question though.
Thank you.
You know, so I'm in the spirit of mixing things up. So I know we usually will talk about, you know, on this day, but you know, today I'm gonna call it a culture check.
Ooh, culture check. I like that.
Yeah.
Yo, if you ask me to do that again with my voice,
You're not gonna.
I don't even. You know what I was thinking about the other day? Remember when you were a kid and you used to scream like.
I don't know why like kids do that.
But if I tried to scream like that now, I don't think I'd be able to do it.
Cause now that you say that, a vivid memory comes into play where like I did that one time and I remember, like, I guess, like, one of the veins in my neck, like, really stuck out. Because I screamed so high. My mom was just like, what's wrong with you? You're going to burst, like, a blood vessel in your neck. Like, cut that shit out.
Yeah.
I don't really know why kids do that, though.
They can't yell.
They can't, but I'm just like, but why?
Yeah, but all right.
But yeah, check. But anyway, we're going to do a quick little culture check to kind of set the tone of what we're talking about today. So it was a spin between two artists that I've been really, I wouldn't say like fully deep diving into, but they've definitely been in my, I would say, like rotation between music, podcasts, and those things. So the first person that I brought up was Keke Palmer. I'm bringing her up because I don't know if you've tapped into her new podcast show that she has.
I have not.
You should check it out. It's pretty good. She's had a pretty decent array of between artists, different moguls in pop culture, with a span of different just either genres of music that they perform in or just extension of like what they do in their day-to-day lives. But I really appreciate her because she has really taken a stance in that public view of choosing herself between like her career, her motherhood. We know too she was in a bit of a sticky situation with her child's father. And I really like her show because she does really stand on speaking about peace, independence, growth. And when I look at someone like Keke Palmer, she really embodies choosing herself and her peace. And so I'm just kind of curious, and this could be for you, Jacob, or even for people on the live, but do y'all think there's ever a line where choosing yourself becomes avoiding hard things?
A line where choosing yourself
becomes avoiding hard things.
I think the answer to that all lies in the reasoning. Ooh, that's tricky.
And we can circle back to it, but it's just some food for thought.
Choosing yourself becomes avoiding. That's what you said?
Yeah. Do y'all think there's ever a line where choosing yourself becomes avoiding hard things? So, like, does it ever flip? Like, once it gets to a certain point, now I'm no longer...
I think the opposite.
Okay.
I think that there's a line where you're choosing other people.
Okay.
And that is the hard thing. And you can and no longer be like, nah, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? You can always choose yourself. And
yeah,
I think for the most part, you should be choosing yourself. Right. Obviously, there's a time that like relationships, if you're an entrepreneur, a parent, whatever, other people are going to come first.
Yep.
And even to that note, I can't expect you guys to be good if I'm not good. Right. So in a sense, I still have to come first. Yeah. But I think that sometimes the hard thing can be picking other people. I think pride comes into play. I think ego comes into play. Admitting you're wrong or going with something you don't want to do. Right. I think the harder part is picking other people.
Okay. So for me, I think this question really helped stem between, that difference of, we've talked about this in the past of, setting those healthy boundaries and really kind of having that distinguish between, am I just isolating myself or am I really just sticking to setting this healthy boundary? But also, that brings up the conflict of, choosing myself. And without making it seem like I'm running away from that conflict by choosing myself. It's okay to just choose myself and say, in this moment, I don't want to deal with, whatever conflict arises. Because we also talked about last week about, when you're healing versus growing and in those journeys, whether or not, is it okay or is it seen both positive or negative by losing yourself in those stance and what that looks like? So she was definitely somebody that I was like, especially with, I forget the last podcast episode that I just, she was interviewing Sierra. It was a while back.
My goodies. My goodies. Not my goodies.
And she did talk about how like that song really pushed her on the market and her journey of just like how she wanted to start out, how things were going for her and how she is and where she's at. The episode was about, I think, like a year ago. So like where she was at that time. But, you know, we see how Sierra's been doing now.
She got a good man, Savannah.
She do. That she do. A good family man. And then the other woman that I've also been really just trying to get deep into her music a bit more because I'm prepping for her concert in May. The baddie, the only Ari Lennox.
Ooh.
Can't wait to see her.
Spencer would jump on the stage.
Definitely, I would pay to see that. But I know too she's been speaking out a bit more about protecting her peace and pulling back and what that looks like, and you know, she's taken a stance from pulling back from the industry, from social media, and protecting her energy and her mental health. And that is something I think we do see a lot of the time people doing. They don't always, I feel like, follow through with those stances all the time. But I do think the people who are serious about it, they do really remove themselves to then come back a better version of themselves. And for her, I was really thinking of just, you know, with her talking about stepping back to protect her peace. My other question that I wanted to pose to you and the live is, do you think stepping back is always healthy, or can it sometimes be seen as avoidance?
In the wise words of Socrates, sometimes you need to go back to go forward.
Wow. So
I don't ever think anything bad has ever come from stepping back. I think with that, it's like, whether it's taking a break from somebody,
right?
And you're like, oh, well, if we, you know, take a step back and then we don't get back together, you know, boo. Well, then you just probably weren't meant, right? You probably weren't meant to be, and you needed to take that back to see that. Take that step back to see that.
You do gotta remove yourself sometimes from the situation and have a clear eye view.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever a bad time to take a step back, just as long. You know, if you're working on a project, hey, y'all, I need a week break from the podcast. I need to take a step back. That week doesn't turn into 2, 3, 4. Now I don't go back. I think sometimes, you know, depending on the thing, when folks do take steps back, it is avoidance. And really, I got a student every day that, like, he misbehaves because he literally thinks he can't do the work. You know what I mean? So
yeah, like almost like self-sabotaging.
Right. So with that being said, I do think that, like, if you were to take a step back, you know, unless it's a situation that you in that moment be like, I don't need this anymore. Yeah. As long as you go back, it ain't no nothing wrong with taking a step back. And sometimes stepping back in, it's from a different angle. Okay. You know what I mean? It's from a different, taking that step back. Oh shit, instead of trying to go over the mountain, let me go around. Let me go through. Let me go, you know what I mean? Like
finding other avenues.
You found exactly. So that's where taking that step back, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I definitely think too it brings up the topic of, you know, that taking space versus shutting down, and making sure too, even if you are taking space, like you said, like you're not shutting down within that, like you're just trying to remove yourself from a situation or environment to have that clear head picture. Yeah. Right. So, but yeah, you know, that's kind of like what I was on my mind and my spirit for what we're talking about later today. But in other news, I have listened fully to the Kanye album, and I gotta say,
It's five.
It slapped.
It's 555.
It slapped.
555.
Today, it kind of got me through today.
You saw what they did to him in England?
I did not. What happened?
Fuck shit. So,
oh my God.
He was supposed to headline, I think it's the Wire Festival.
Okay.
I think that's the name of the festival. Yep. Basically, UK denied his access into the country.
Ooh.
And like sponsors started dropping. And he was like, all right, bet, like, we don't need y'all anyways.
Why don't they like him? What happened?
I think it's just his past shit, but basically like revoked his access into the country. And at first they were like teetering back and forth with that. And the people were like, nah, he's still coming. And then when they made it official, like,
damn,
like, nah, you are not allowed here.
So did they refund the tickets?
They canceled the whole shit and said everybody will immediately
get refunded.
That's
tough.
But bro, I believe it was 2 nights. Sold out SoFi Stadium, 80,000.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty good now. He back in the game.
So it's like,
yeah. I didn't get to talk to my coworker that went to the LA show, but I'm gonna ask her tomorrow.
Yeah, I watching the videos.
Yeah.
Don't let Ye go back on tour.
I think he should.
Don't, bro. I might sell one of these units because I know it's gonna cost an arm and a leg.
Oh,
I'm
for
being
sure.
That bitch. My liver.
I'll start a GunFundMe page right now.
My liver not worth much. I'll get that bitch up to be inside.
I mean, you only need part of your liver.
See, and doesn't the
and
liver
it regenerates.
See, take that.
And you also only need 1 kidney.
See,
I'm just saying.
You know. I don't know. But
I you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I was gonna get the vinyl, but the vinyl is only 11 tracks. It's not the full 16.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that. But
yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, so I was like, although it'd probably still be fire to have.
Right. Unless, like, do you think maybe he's also coming out with like
he's doing a deluxe
and a 2-disc maybe vinyl set?
Bro, do them both.
Yeah.
Like. People will buy them.
Shit.
This motherfuckers out here buying 2 of these, right. 1 to have and 1 to play.
Which is crazy I did not think, or I shouldn't say think, I didn't realize that was a thing.
Bro, vinyl's back.
Well, no, I didn't realize vinyl was back. I don't think vinyl really left. Personally, like with...
Well, I wouldn't know.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
I was going to say, I feel like vinyl never left. I think the new kids on the block are trying to be cool. So, like, they're bringing back shit and making it cool again for people to really tap in. But I feel like the true believers that were always really down.
We're always fucking with it.
Yeah. Because I feel like that's something that... I feel like vinyl stood a long time than I feel like most CDs. I feel like they don't really do CDs anymore.
I don't even think there's a CD player in my car.
Oh yeah, they got rid of CD players in the car a long time.
Yeah,
but even just like producing a CD.
Yeah.
I remember when I got my first CD player, and that's all I wanted for Christmas. I was just like, take me to, you know, Blockbuster, take me to Best Buy. Like, I just want to buy CDs, and I would literally come out with like handful of CDs.
I remember the first CD I bought was 50 Cent. Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay.
And I wasn't 18.
Okay.
So I couldn't get the explicit version. So I brought it home and everybody clowned me because
you had that radio
it was
shit.
Like, you wanna, and then so everybody clowned me. So I went back to the mall the next weekend and I changed it in for Sean Paul's Light Blue album. Yeah, that has some bangers on it, by the way.
Sure did.
Well, I was like, see another play, but yeah. I was going in back in my day. That was the first, like, I went to FYE in Buckland Hills Mall. Yep.
They still got like it's not there, but you can still see the little sign of like where it was. I'm like, wow.
Upstairs. I remember that shit vividly.
Wow.
Core memory unlocked. Old head.
Unk. It's okay. Unks are in. Or that's what I hear.
I'll be somebody. I am. Somebody.
I was just gonna say,
I'm somebody's.
Right, I was like, 3 of them. Yeah. 3 of them. 3 of them. There's no question about it. Yeah. 3 of them. So I was like, not you discrediting them.
Nah.
I'll call your sister right now.
Chill out. Shorty!
So, you know, with all of that we talked about, I think we're really getting at is where's the line between protecting your peace and avoiding things altogether. So today we are going to talk about...
Ooh, it's cold. I don't got no socks on. I just felt that breeze on my ashy ankles. This shit crazy.
Damn, not the ashy
My
ankles. Bad. It's all right. Keep your ankles moist and moisturized at all times. But we're going to talk about today's soft life or silent avoidance is our topic. So we're going to get right into it. What do you feel or what do you think soft life actually means to you?
I know this ain't what it means, but the first thing that comes to mind is how all the women are like, I'm in my soft girl era. Nothing's disturbing me. I'm at peace. I'm not paying nobody attention, which, first of all, if you weren't paying nobody attention, you wouldn't have to say that shit. You would just be in your own, like, you don't have to tell us that you were in your soft girl era.
Okay.
Like, you could just go be, and you don't have to broadcast it.
Interesting.
That is the first thing that comes to mind. But I think a soft life is a quiet life.
Okay.
A quiet,
peaceful.
Yes.
Comfort.
Yes.
Do you feel like any boundaries go into play with soft life?
I think you have a soft life because you have boundaries.
Okay.
You don't have to know that I'm in my soft boy or girl era.
Anyone know?
Yeah, to the nigga in the comments.
Damn.
I'm just saying, if I'm living my life for me, why do I need to broadcast shit for you?
So I think there's a difference between broadcasting to look for attention and for an audience versus just you're making a public statement and that's it. It's like how no is a full sentence. I feel like you could just say this is what I'm doing to just generally let people know and
right. But
it.
Why can't I just, instead of broadcasting, hey, this is what's going on, I just broadcast what's going on and leave it up to your interpretation. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you, oh, I am now in my soft whatever era, or this is what's going on. Hey, here's a picture of me hiking, right? If you want to interpret that as, oh, you know what, he's getting some alone time and finding himself, or this nigga doing some crazy rock climbing shit. However you want to interpret it, if I am truly at peace, it doesn't matter to me, one, to broadcast, or two, how you're interpreting my shit, because I'm in the care.
Oh. All right, Sean Paul.
Yeah.
Badman.
Firewood Budman pull up. My bad.
So it's interesting that your mind instantly took you to what the girls be saying on the social media of just oh, I'm in my soft girl era. I just want a soft life. I don't want to live such a hard, tumultuous life of just I have to do this. I have to clean my car off when it snows. I have to take the trash out.
It's life, bro. You're living.
Yes.
I feel like I was watching, I forgot what podcast it was last week. And they were bad things don't happen. Shit just happens. In life, shit is supposed to happen.
Right. And you determine if it's
good or bad.
It's bad or good.
You know what I mean? This is not happening to me. It's happening for me. You know what I mean? So shit, I have to go outside and get this snow off of my car.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Would you rather be inside and pampered and unable and reliant on somebody else? That's the thing. Not y'all, people so badly want someone to not live their life for them, but make their life easier. And it's bro, you're not living. Ain't we here to experience shit? Nah, I'm not saying I want a whole bunch of bad shit come on.
Right.
You be yo, I be telling God I'm not his favorite soldier.
Not the strongest one.
Right.
Not this time around.
But yeah, it's people just want to complain.
Interesting.
My bad. I'm triggered.
No. This is all good. This is all good. This is where I want the conversation to go. So, according to the Google, a soft life is a lifestyle focused on comfort, ease, minimal stress, and often emphasizing mental well-being, boundaries, and joy over intense hustle culture. It prioritizes self-care and intentional living, often characterized by luxury, relaxation, and rejecting unnecessary self-imposed hardships. So it says, really protecting your peace, time, and energy by saying no, scheduling rest as a mandatory appointment than just an afterthought, reclaiming your time, if we're going by Auntie's words. And they also talked about simplifying finances, living with one's means while rejecting stressful, unnecessary inconvenience. So now that we kind of have Google's point of view, we kind of gotten your point of view about what a soft life is. I do think at some point it does get a little bit blurry. And I say that because I do think there are some people who do truly want to live that peaceful, comfort, less stress, not always like a hustle and bustle life. But I then think there also is then people who maybe overgeneralize the term of soft life to then really say like, I just want somebody else to do the work for me. So that way then it indirectly births codependency of just like, I'm depending now on other people to do the hard stuff for me while I just kind of sit back and do whatever I want to do that doesn't inconvenience me.
I also feel like living that way is and this kind of like goes within the definition. Mm-hmm. It's a life of comfort. And I think that we all aim for a life of comfort. Mm-hmm. Actually, I think we aim for a life of stability.
Yes.
Because if you aim for a life of comfort, you're not really growing.
No.
You know what I mean? And that's where it's like, at what point, that's where like your marriage gets boring. That's where your job gets boring. That's where well, I'm not a parent, but I imagine like when you're doing the same thing over, you're comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, I don't really need to do date night or bring my lady flowers anymore because she ain't going nowhere.
Right, like she know I love her.
You know what I mean? And that's where it's like those soft life, and I'm again not here advocating for a hard life,
right?
But like
there should be some type of balance almost of like, life, like we said before, life is life. Shit happens in life. You can't control what life decides to do in those moments, but it doesn't mean that you won't ever experience some form of a hardship. And therefore, like, you can either one, learn from it and get through it, or you can allow it to just always kind of keep deterring you from wanting to ever get to certain points because you always know, or you're anticipating that there might be some hardship coming soon. So now I have to back away. And so like my question then is to you, when does rest become avoidance?
Okay, so you were bringing me to my next question about rest. When does rest become avoidance? Mm-hmm. I think you gotta tie a lot of it into laziness. I think when rest becomes avoidance when there's a lot of procrastination. I know I could be doing this.
Okay.
I'm in the gym. My break could be 30 seconds.
Yep.
I done picked up my phone, liked a couple things, scrolled a couple
went
times.
To the bathroom, maybe refilled my water bottle, took a lap around.
I'm now procrastinating. I'm not resting.
Right.
You know what I mean? But and that literally segues into my point. We all here know Lee, right?
Yeah.
That woman don't stop.
No.
Right? And sometimes it's admirable. And I feel like the only time she stops is when she gets
injured.
hurt.
Yeah.
Literally. And I saw her story. Yeah. She's injured again right now.
Really?
And yeah. I don't remember what happened, but the way
I know she like, was it like her ACL or the other CL from the flag football stuff?
So that was, I think, back in like December or something. Okay. Or earlier in the year, January.
Oh, so another
No, I saw this yesterday.
Fresh injury.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I saw this yesterday. And her statement was like, and I'm paraphrasing. Sorry, Lee, if I'm fucking this shit up, but it was like, God tells me when I need to give my body a rest. You know what I mean? And like,
he will really tell you to sit down if he has to physically sit you down.
Right. And that's the thing. Similar to your question earlier about picking other people, right? Lee is such a fucking giver that I don't know the last time she picked herself. Yeah. And again, I don't speak to Lee as much as I used to. I definitely don't see her because I don't go to the gym, but I'm just speaking, you know, to the relationship I have with her, what I know. Yeah. And it just makes me think, at some point, you probably knew you should have slowed down. That's not avoidance. You get what I'm saying? That's listening to my body, my mind. And now, on the flip side of your question, sometimes I'm so busy because I'm trying to avoid something.
You really don't want to deal with what that thing is.
Right. And I'm not saying that's what she's doing. But I do know that there are people that do that.
It's a very easily slippery slope of just like, like, you know, I'm tired. I said I was going to finish these 8 things. I got to my last thing, but I'm really tired. I'm going to just go to bed and pick it up first thing in the morning. Versus of like, I don't really want to do it tonight. I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes around. I don't really want to do it. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Now it's Friday. My friends just told me they want to go out. I'll do it Saturday morning.
You're avoiding that shit.
Yeah, like now we're pushing it back and back and back. So now it's like, well, fuck, it's 2 weeks and I should have gotten this done 2 weeks ago.
And we've all been there. We all procrastinate. But one thing that gets me is a lazy person. I cannot... Laziness and no ambition. Yeah. Those are 2 things I can't teach you. Like, I can't break. Yeah. I don't... Like, you got to want that for yourself. Right. Ain't nobody going to make you go to the gym. Ain't nobody going to make you... eat right, study for that test,
eat healthy.
You like whatever it is. Learn how to DJ. You know what I mean? Lex got me the DJ set. Oh, does that make me a DJ now? No, I got to come in here and put in the work. Yeah, you know what I mean. She could hop on this shit, but how does that benefit me? So I think lazy.
She paid for it. It's really mine.
the laziness and lack of ambition. That's where it becomes avoidance, and you're actually making your life harder. Right. Where you might think like, oh, I'm in this soft space. Right. You're really just digging a hole deeper and pow, pow, pow.
Right. Because like I'm avoiding the difficult conversations. I'm staying in comfortable, but like my comfort now is really like stagnant situations, or you're just procrastinating like we talked about before from things that matter or things that should happen, and having like, you know, you should be having this conversation with someone because you know it needs to happen because of wherever, you know, the relationship is at with that person. But because you're also like, well, you know, we could just stay where we're at and maybe the tension will blow over. But you also know, like, are we ever going to really, like, address the elephant in the room? So my next question that I have that comes to mind, just like we've been talking about, you know, like these real life patterns and situations that we see in our day to day or that we've experienced. Do you feel that people... So a lot of the time, and it's kind of going back a couple episodes of, you know, within the soft life era, some people might also say, you know, well, I'm also like, I'm on this healing journey within this soft life era, and you know, I'm just really trying to focus on me, focus on what I got going on. I'm not really trying to get into all of those different things. You know, I just really want peace. Like, I don't want no violence. I want peace. So do you feel like people, when you hear those types of conversations being had, do you feel like people are using the word healing and peace as a shield to really deflect from what it is that they should really say?
Oh, I think people do it all the time. Because if you were really off healing, hold on, let me sip my water real quick.
Take a sip.
Let's use this as a moment for a commercial break. Y'all like, follow, share. I'm supposed to be drinking this water, but tell your auntie about us. Holla at us. Not me, like us as a collective. Like, fuck with us. That's what I'm saying. Let me drink my water.
I mean, shoot, if auntie like what she see,
she can't have it.
No, but if auntie want to help, you know, pay for some things.
Oh, yeah. I have a sugar auntie.
You know, we need a snack budget.
So I think if you were truly healing, people wouldn't have access to you. So for you to be in somebody's face talking about I'm healing, You just don't want to fuck with me.
That's what you think is what's really going down?
Because if you were really doing the work, I wouldn't be able to sit here having this conversation with you. You get what I'm saying? Or you would have prefaced this in the beginning.
Right.
But if you preface that and then proceeded, right? I'm disturbing your healing journey. Because if I'm part of your healing journey, what happens when I fuck off? Now you broke again. So I think, and actually I think you said this last week. If you're healing, can you do it with other people or by yourself? Right? Yep. If you're like really healing again, similar to what I said last week, I'm checking in with you, yada, 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 whatever. But like, just like you said, you need to be with self. Yeah. And I done told some folks as a cop out, like, hey, I ain't in the place mentally right now to be, I was lying like a motherfucker, but that was my way of being like, I told you. You get what I'm saying?
I wasn't ready for all this.
That's avoidance and not being real.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely think it is. I think the way people want it to be portrayed, it almost gives off like a boy cried wolf. To me, at least, because I'm like, people use these phrases and use these terms so loosely that like when shit is actually happening and you actually do need to be healing, you actually are trying to choose peace, then people may not show up for you or be there or even listen to you because you're like,
I heard that shit.
Right, like you said, how many times you keep saying like, oh, I'm just trying to, do this, or like just kind of take it slow and just focus on whatever, bop, bop, bop. And just like, okay, nigga.
So I got a question. It's twofold. So you only get one of those. I'm healing, right? Because like you can't just, I'm healing, I'm here. All right, well then you got it, right?
Right.
So the first part of the question is, when do you like tell somebody I'm healing? And on the flip side of that, when do you call somebody out? Because you can't be like, damn, Ash, I thought you was healing. No, I really am healing. It just looks different.
Right.
And you need to respect that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So you only get one of those, a call out and a disclaimer.
Yeah.
When do you use those?
This reminds me of back in my heyday at UConn.
Hey, yo, Ash was in the streets. She was down, what's it called, Telly's?
Not the Telly's.
I mean, not the Telly. Isn't the little bar joint over there? Isn't it called like Telly's or something?
Oh, Ted's.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Where they do the drink and
the beavers.
Yeah. See, I don't know.
Shout out to Ted's for real. And like the OG Ted's, not the no new Ted shit that they on. I mean, they had to change up a lot, but I say circa like 2019 up. Like after that, 2019, once you left after my year, like, yeah, that shit was clips.
That's really bizarre to me that you were in college in 2019.
Yeah, I was like, honestly, I feel like my year was probably like the perfect year to be at UConn.
Nah.
For me.
My freshman and senior year of college, they won natties. We had Kemba my freshman year. That was probably the year.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just like, for me.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
I can't tell you.
I was like, for me, I was like, I had Stewie, I had Collier, like, I had some giants, like, back to back that were.
Literally.
But I'm just like, yeah, like, there was some. But I think culturally, though, I'm speaking to, like, I feel like culturally, those were very iconic years that. Anybody after that, I just really don't know what kind of UConn experience. Like, I should say black UConn experience they're getting. But anywho, we get into nitty gritty now. But anyways, I remember I was chatting up this boy. And I remember he hit me with that line of, like, I just got a lot going on right now. And I just, like, realized there's a lot of things in my life that's happening. And I think I just need to maybe focus on myself and really kind of like heal on some of these things that are bothering me. Now, mind you, like, I wasn't looking for a relationship with this man. Like, we was just kicking it. We was just chatting. So I was just like, oh, okay, like, you had some revelation. Let me fall back. Mind you, homeboy, I don't know what was going on with homeboy too, but like homeboy bought me 2 pairs of shoes.
You should have kept that nigga around.
Shit, I mean, he removed himself. I did not remove him. He
Listen,
removed
brother,
himself.
man, we can be friends.
Right.
You need a study buddy?
Right,
Shit.
like little shoe plug, But it, like he said all that, so I was like, okay, cool, like I respect it. I'm gonna let you rock. Cause for me, I'm thinking like, oh, maybe he does realize some things he needs to work on, and he's gonna focus on that. So like, let me not get in your healing journey. Let me not disrupt or distract, I should say, your peace, and cause any potential avoidance. Turmoil, and yeah. Maybe like 2 or 3 weeks go by. We kind of like keep talking here and there. And then he finally like goes radio silent. And I was just like, okay, bet. And for me, like, it takes a lot for me to still give a fuck than to not give a fuck.
You wanted them shoes.
I mean, I got the shoes. I kept the shoes. I wasn't giving them back. But then I saw that he had posted, because he lived, I don't know if he still lived there, but like he was from Chicago. And I saw that he had posted on his story that he was like all booed up with the girl that he said he was no longer talking to. And like, to me, I was just like, oh, this is what your healing looks like. You're just going to go back to your ex. I'm like, you could have just said you don't want to keep doing this, or you feel like it's kind of getting blurred in the lines, and, we can just kind of part ways. And I would have been totally fine with that. Like, I would have been cool. It would have been fine. Shit, I got my shoes that I didn't ask for. But nigga was trying to flower me with shoes, and I was like, thanks. And it's funny that question made me bring up that conversation that I had with that man, because I definitely did want to talk about today when it comes to just the soft life versus silent avoidance when it comes to men. Because we've talked about so far, a lot of women express like, I just want a soft life. But I don't think we really talk about or even ask the question of, can men even have a soft life? And can they have a soft life without it being questioned? And when I say being questioned, I go straight to, their masculinity being questioned, their power being questioned, their identity being questioned. Like, can men just have that stance as well, just like, I too want a soft life. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be Chris's dad where I'm working 5 different jobs and I'm tired and I gotta conserve pennies and know which dime not to use and X, Y, and Z. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think the older you get, and this applies to both men and women, you start to all the decisions you make in life matter. Right? But like, you can fuck up at 22 and bounce back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, your 20s, you're supposed to be figuring out, I know you guys didn't agree with this statement in the past, but like, who you are, what you want to do, all the things, right? Like, your 20s, you're allowed to fuck up.
Right.
Now, obviously, the later you go on, that fine line is drawn a little bit more.
Yep.
But I say all that to say, as you get older, and especially as a man, you move more intentional.
Yeah.
At 33 years old, I move a lot more intentionally than I did at 23.
Well, I mean, also too, they say like the man's brain is also, you fully now have developed your frontal lobe.
Well, but like, to me, right, at 23, all that mattered was soccer.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So like, there were times that I was getting into relationships that I knew I had no business getting in that relationship, because I knew that if it came down to me leaving the country or picking you, I was leaving.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So like, again,
you didn't have to really go that route if maybe there was a bit more decision making.
Right. Happening. I could have just said, listen, this probably ain't what's best.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And for me, maybe the immature thing was like, oh, this felt good. It was cool. I like you. You know what I mean?
Not everything that feels good should be happening.
Right. So I say all that to say, as you get older, I now know everything that I want to do. You get what I'm saying? So as those boxes get checked,
Yeah.
a peaceful life is more attainable.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah.
there's obstacles in the way of that, but it's a lot more obtainable because I have a vision of what I want my future to look like. And I can only speak for myself or from a male's perspective.
Yeah.
You live a little more intentionally and selflessly. When I was in my 20s, I was 100% selfish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't soccer, I really, not that I didn't care, but I knew there were people that I was involved with that it was kind of just like, I probably didn't give you the best of me.
Right.
I gave you what I could.
Right.
And that was the best of that.
Right. In that moment, that's all that was accessible.
You were getting 100% of 60%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think that's huge too, because that brings me to, I think definitely we see it a lot more in men than we do women, of this pressure to always be like in a grind mode because of that notion of just like, the man is the provider. He is the sole breadwinner. He must protect. He must serve his family. And I think that makes me think of a lot of different things. But another question that came to mind when thinking about that is, do we think, or if you've ever also felt this way too, that, there's this sense of like you always have to be on to be respected as a man. And if you're not choosing to like always be on and have that more sense of like, I've worked hard, I've formed this stability, I'm choosing kind of peace and a softer life, then does that now make me seem like weak?
See, I don't think that you have to always be on.
Right.
I think that, and I use this, excuse me, I think about my job, right? Mm-hmm. There be kids that be cursing people out.
There,
you, Miss Ashley, yada yada yada.
Be like, you broke ass, no shoe having, da 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 da.
Going nuts, and
like, that's why you drive that hoopty.
Feel me? All the things. I step into a room, bro. You got 3 seconds to get up, and not like I'm threatening you, like I'm about to jack you up, but like,
right.
Bro, get up. I'm not doing this with you.
Yeah.
And there are very few kids that I gotta go. Like, they see me. And I could be having the worst day. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But respect is established. And respect is, if somebody respects you, they're going to respect you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, in a relationship, damn, babe, you having a bad day. But that doesn't give me the right to leave and go cheat or,
yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go have dinner or drinks. Like, you get what you're having a bad day. But because I respect you.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have those off days.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I think disrespect just goes to people you don't really respect. And there's lapse of, judgment. People fuck up. Like, damn, I didn't mean to disrespect you. Right. My bad. You know what I mean? But like constant actions of the same manner, that's just disrespect.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah, I definitely think at least from like a outsider looking in, and as a woman, I feel like men sometimes always make things to be like, like a pissing contest of just like who could do more, who could do it better, who could do it strongest, who could do it fastest. Excuse me. And then, they tie in then like the masculinity of just like, oh, well, like, if I'm doing it this way and I'm seen more powerful, I'm seen more as like a macho man, like I have more masculinity. So like, therefore, I don't like need respect to be given to me. Like I automatically command that respect in the room. And I feel like all of those things, it definitely breeds a lot of toxicity, because all like your sole character as a man should not be in question, all because you may not want to do like this heavy grinding of all these different things. Like you might be able to find a more efficient way to do things. That doesn't mean you have to kill yourself.
Right.
But that shouldn't make me be seen as less of a man.
So when there is a dispute, right? Whether it's, in a intimate relationship, platonic relationship, at work, professional, whatever the case is, right? A lot of the times you don't just go dive into a conversation.
Yeah.
Right? You got to think about it. A lot of times we playing out in our heads, oh, she gonna say this, then I'm gonna say that, and then they, you know what I mean?
And if they respond that way, then I'm gonna clap back
you know,
like that.
like, bro, even talking to my boss, like, oh, they pissed me off, and I'm gonna go in there like this. You know what I mean? Like, so regardless of the relationship, we do that, right? But it doesn't take away that some of these conversations are hard, because one, you know, is probably going to be a little confrontational.
Yep.
It's going to be a little uncomfortable.
A little tension.
And some truths are going to be said that you might not be ready to face.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, why do you sometimes avoid, not you particularly, but why do we avoid hard or tough conversations?
I think it just stems back to the sense of comfort of we innately and habitually will do things that come more natural or more comfortable to us, because we have that sense of control of just like, okay, like, I know what I'm doing. I know this is going to happen next. I understand like all of this. And within that, you then also have that sense of, you know, confidence. You then feel like there's a sense of stability within all of that. And when any of those things are disrupted, and I'm bringing it back to literally the human development side of me, is just bringing it back to like the basics of early childhood learning. So it's like whenever someone's structure, whenever someone's routine is disrupted, it creates imbalance in their brains. And it's not, excuse me, it's not because they fully are in, I would always say, like a state of confusion. It's because like in their brain, they're kind of like replaying all the things that they know already. So if it's now like almost a foreign concept, their brain is just like, wait, what? So now like your brain is almost kind of like tripping a little bit.
Right.
So now think of it as like, now in your brain, you're trying to like go through your file folder and see like, okay, like, well, which one is it? Which one is it? To then say like, it's that. So when you now bring it back to as an adult, and now you're doing something that causes discomfort, is causing that disruption, it's causing that imbalance. Therefore, a lot of people naturally will gravitate to something that they already know, or what something that feels like they know, to do that instead of doing something that is not uncomfortable, something that's not well known. But then you also see too, and you've probably seen it too, working with kids. I know I've seen it all the time at the clinics. You also have kids who naturally do things that they don't know because of just how their brain is. Like, they're very curious and they're very forward seeking. So I feel like there's that difference as early as childhood, where you can then tell essentially what kind of person's going to be, because every day as an adult, yes, we're no longer in our younger child forms, but as an older adult and as we're growing, we still naturally revert back to like our very instinctual ways of a child, like our inner child, as they call it. So therefore, like, we're going to go back to the things that feel comfortable, the things that make sense. But doesn't mean that something foreign doesn't mean that it doesn't necessarily make sense. It's just not something that looks familiar. And if you just do a bit of digging and investigating about it, a lot of times you can see like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And I could even think, I could count so many times off of my hand of there times where I've avoided a conversation, but then when I finally had that conversation, I'm just like, wow, I was uncomfortable for nothing. I could have just had that conversation a while ago and it would have been fine. But I think also too, I wanted to talk about what you said before when it comes to like your 20s. I think, you know, I'm in my last year of my 20s.
Damn.
I know. I don't know how I feel about that, y'all.
Yeah.
But I think for me, my notion of what my 20s should be like and what they have been vastly different. But I think that's because for me, I was always seeing other people like really enjoy their 20s. It's just like, oh, like you enjoy your 20s, you live it up, you do all these different things. But I think as the world is also changing, we've seen too that, you know, our 20s have become really our second decade of grinding, so that when we get into our third year of the decades of just like, okay, we're in our 30s, and even when you get into your 40s, like those are the pivotal years that you really are enjoying and you're doing the things that you really want to do, because like you said, those 20s are the years to make mistakes. And sometimes for me, I'm just like, damn, did I make enough mistakes? Like, am I fully prepared to go into my 30s and say like, yep, I done all those things, to say like, I'm definitely not doing that again, to then say like, yep, I'm fully prepared for what 30 has for me. And that's not to say like I'm going out to either and saying like, oh yeah, like I want to go just start doing like some fuck shit and then
Let's
just
go rob a bank.
Right, like I'm about to go do some like hood rat shit with my hood rat friends. But I think for me, I definitely have been charging myself in this last year, just saying like, you know, did I do everything that I wanted to do in my 20s, to say like, okay, like, you know, we're gonna leave that in the 20s, because when we get into our 30s,
your 30s are your new 20s, just with more money and more wisdom,
and hopefully more stability. Because I definitely say I do not want to be struggling in my 30s like how I have been in my 20s.
We coming together.
But, you know, to just bring it back all together, because I definitely feel like we've had got stuck in the spin cycle.
Shit.
I'm
stuck.
But I think to bring it back all together, though, my last and final question is,
I didn't do it. Plead the fifth.
I think we've talked about a lot of things. Like, you know, we talked about stability. We talked about what comfortability looks like. And I think with comfort also comes to mind, you know, that idea of safe and feeling safe. So my last question for you is, if people don't feel safe, you know, slowing down, having a softer life, does that push them more into an avoidance instead of actual growth?
So I once asked somebody what their definition of peace looked like.
Okay.
And the first word they said was safety. And they were like, you know, to me, I'm safe, I'm stable, by all the things.
Right.
And I do think that if you don't feel safe, it could go one of two ways. It'll light a fire under your ass.
Yep.
Or it'll put you into a place of like, nah, I got to get away from that stuff. I don't want to do it. Avoidance, like you were saying.
Right.
And I think at that point, that says more about you and the type of person you are. Right. If you're the type of person that is like, all right, the house is on fire.
What do we do?
I don't know what's on the other side of this house, but I got to get out.
Right.
Or the house, and I know they actually say, you know, if the house is on fire and you don't know where to go, like you're supposed to get low and somewhere by whatever, right?
Yeah.
But there's two type of people that's going to sit there and die or try to get out. And listen, I'm either going to die or
right.
I'm going to get out.
Survival responses kick in.
Right. So to your point of like, safety could light a fire under your ass. When I was probably 17 to about 24, 25, a lot of that, it's not that I didn't feel safe, but I wasn't content with where I was in life.
Right.
So I just kept going. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I knew I wanted to play soccer in college. I stumbled upon my school in Buffalo. I didn't know what the fuck I was getting myself into.
Right.
But all right, cool.
I feel like that's the next step for me.
That's the next step. All right, cool. I'm about to graduate. Most motherfuckers go find jobs.
Right.
You know what? I want to keep playing soccer. I found a way to just make it happen.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean I was stable. That doesn't mean I was safe. But the fire was lit to be like, keep going.
Yeah.
I used to always tell myself, you're always going to be all right.
Right.
At the end of the day, no matter what happens, you're always going to be good. And that's like the confidence that I would always walk into every situation, every door. I moved to countries. I didn't fucking know anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Bro, my first day in England is like one of the craziest days. I don't know if I ever told you this story. I get out of Heathrow, which is one of the biggest fucking airports ever, right? I had 2 suitcases, 2 giant duffel bags, and 2 backpacks, right? And I'm struggling. Yeah. And I had to catch a train because I was about 3 hours away from Leeds, where I lived, right? So I'm struggling. I got one thing thrown over here, trying to row the shit. Dude comes up to me. He goes, "You all right?" I'm like, "Bro," I just shrugged, right? He grabbed my 2 biggest bags and just started walking, right? And I was like, well, my soccer shit's in this bag right here. So he's either taking off or I don't know. And I stood there for a couple minutes. Dude comes back with a cart with the bags and goes, "All right, bro, you catching the train," and tells me where to go. At that point, I hadn't exchanged any money yet. So he goes, "Yo, you got to catch this train." I'm like, "Well, I just missed my train." "All right, bro, here's 10 quid, 10 pounds, right? Go, they'll give you the next train out. Then you're going to go over there, blah, blah. A lot of people will be like, "Bro, that wasn't safe. That wasn't smart. That wasn't nothing."
Yeah.
But I knew I was going to be okay.
Right.
That was literally my first, 30 minutes in England.
Wow.
So, and it's maybe it's ignorance, right? But some people would have curled up and cried. Me, it was like, nah, we got to figure this shit out. And I was in that moment at peace. You know what I mean? Like, I'm figuring it out. Like, this is going to make me better. So, this is the way I look at shit. I know, listen, y'all, don't always, apply my life things, because the way I do shit ain't for everybody. And the way I get through shit, you can be like, how does nigga do it?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't sleep. I eat pretty good.
I don't
And I drink. That's it.
I eat pretty good.
But yeah, that's it.
And I drink.
Think I answered your questions?
Yeah, it's the honest answers that matter, so.
Yeah.
I think for me, this question definitely, I feel like, had me thinking just in my 29 years of what I've done so far. And I think it can push someone into avoidance instead of actual growth if they allow it to. But I think similar to you, where for me, I've had many times where my back was pushed up against the wall and I was so uncomfortable that I was just like, I'm just going to go forward and I'm going to keep going forward and I'm just not going to look back. But I think for other people, it's not that I agree with it, but I have met people and hearing their stories and what they've gone through in life. I can understand having a new perspective of how someone could also, I don't want to say traumatized, but I guess that's the best word to say, of just traumatized to the point where they just kind of quit. They just fall down. They're just like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm giving up. Here's my white towel. I'm throwing it in and I'm done. And I think for people that I used to be friends with in college, I've also learned too, some things that I kept from them is just you know what? I'm going to give myself 2 business days. There was this one girl I used to talk to and she said, you have 48 hours, you got 2 business days. And in those 2 business days, you either address what the fuck is going on with you, you address the person that got you fucked up, or you get the fuck over it. And those were her exact words. And I feel like that to me
cold, cut and dry.
That was and at first I was like, but damn, it could be complicated. It could be, and she's like, no, you either address it with yourself, you address it with that person, or you just let it fuck go altogether. And I think now that I've gotten older, I think for me that is encompassed in my soft life. I am choosing peace. I am choosing the comfortability, but I'm also choosing not to become too stagnant. Like, I think I've choose the balance of I'm able to enjoy the small wins of where I've achieved to, but I know because there's still more for me, I'm not going to allow myself to get too comfortable. Like, I think of it as an active rest. Like, I'm actively resting in my achievements, but I know, like, once I'm done actively resting and I have the stamina to keep going forward, then I'm like, I bet.
I feel that.
So, but yeah, that's what we have today when it comes to, you know, soft life or silent avoidance and what you doing.
Shit.
Don't do that, because I really thought.
Shit.
I really thought that something was up there, and I was
and
terrified.
they know that when I start doing this, oh shit, ooh, it's time for no ducking. No ducking, and this week's no ducking is brought to you by nobody. So this could be your segment.
I feel like it should be brought to you by Lil' Kim when she do that.
Shit, Lil' Kim want to sponsor us, she can pull up out me. So this question is a little on par with the conversation for today.
Okay.
What would you tell if you had to teach your younger self a lesson? What would you tell your younger self? It could be anything, but you only get to go back and tell your younger self one thing. Yeah, I'm on it today.
I would tell my younger self,
stay away from Diddy parties.
I think that's a given. At this point, I think that is a hard no. Like, full capital period emphasis, all that. But no, I think I would tell my younger self just to learn to let shit go sooner. Like, truly just let that shit go. And I take that from the wise words of one of my queens, Tari P. Henson, when Keke Palmer interviewed her. She was like, you know, like, because I forget if she's in her 40s or her 50s now, but one of the questions she had asked her is like, you know, like, what are you taking away, like, in this, like, era of age for you? And she was just like, I don't give a fuck. She was like, I do not give a fuck. And I was like, that's real. Like, because the minute you stop caring about what other people think, what other people are going to say, what people are going to do, you just start living your life for you. So that's what I would tell myself.
I like that. Which segues into our next section. Keep it or leave it. Keep it or leave it. Take that. Keep it. Leave it. All right. Some quick fire.
Okay.
Some that have to do with today's conversation. Some that don't.
Me and Nemo are ready.
Right. Ghosting someone or a closure conversation. Ooh, got him on the first one.
Yeah, no, this is real tough. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna say ghosting, because I've learned when it comes to the closure conversations, a lot of people try to use that to still have accessibility to you. So
Fact.
fuck you and your closure.
All right, cheating back or just leaving?
Ooh. Damn. Because the petty me is just like, nah, I'm gonna get my lick back first, and then I'm gonna leave your ass.
All right. Early morning workouts or evening workouts?
You know, I've done both. I think I'm gonna go with, I don't know, because I feel like it depends on whatever time the gym's not packed.
Okay.
So if it's early morning, bet. If it's later, bet.
I must say, the motherfuckers that started up in January,
They continue.
bro, we are in April and they are still going strong.
We love that.
Like,
we love that. Shout out to y'all.
Maybe one of them, the niggas that took my shoes, but
that's still crazy.
yeah, the shoes just gone. I've been praying to St. Anthony like a motherfucker. Okay, talking on the phone, FaceTime or texting?
Ooh, I'm texting through and through, unless it's like you have to really like dive into some like hot tea then FaceTime me or call me. Or maybe do a voice note, but
don't send me no fucking voice note.
The voice note got a limit though.
And your voice note better be 5 seconds long.
Like if the voice note is more than like 2 minutes,
yeah,
we getting into some treacherous territory.
I ain't gonna hold you. If I see that shit is long, I just click the bitch and read it. And if it's not,
yeah,
if it didn't transcribe,
yeah, the
what you said
has helped.
Yeah. All right, next one: reading a book or watching a movie. Like watching that movie.
Oh,
you know what
book?
I mean? Yeah.
So
Harry Potter, reading the book or watching the movie?
Ooh, book.
Ooh.
If we're going for Harry Potter, book.
Okay.
Well, I think also too, like a lot of movies that are based off books, they try their hardest to stick within the book, but like some stuff they gotta, do their own creative.
I ain't gonna hold you. Lex was reading this book a while back, maybe earlier in the year.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, babe, what's happening in the book right now? Or whatever. And she'll tell me.
To you?
No. She'll be putting me to bed.
Oh.
She was, she was reading to me. I asked her, like, I kind of know what's going on in the book. Mm-hmm. So yesterday before the meeting, we laid down. The book had a movie.
Oh.
I was getting into it like a motherfucker.
What book was it?
The Bridesmaid's Tale.
Oh.
Housemaid's Tale.
Yep, that's a good one.
And I don't know, because our meeting started. Yeah. I don't know if she finished the movie.
Right.
I was invested in this shit.
Yeah.
I was like, this bitch crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I was getting into it. Like, and it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure the book is a good book.
Yeah.
I would have never known that because I was never going to read that book.
No, it'd be like that sometimes. Like, until you actually pick up the book, you're like, oh, shit. This is pretty good.
Attention span,
No, that's real. And I was telling people, like, for me, it's not that I have a hard time reading books. I just don't feel like I have a good reader's voice. So I've, as a kid, always struggled with reading at an early age. But when I got better at reading, I also benefited from being able to, like, listen to the book as it's being read as I like physically have the book. So I've been doing that more, and I've
like you have the audio book while holding it.
Yep.
Oh, I never thought about.
Yeah, it really helps me like be able to really get through the book, because I feel like when it's my voice, I'm just like I can't fully like get into it. So now like I've been doing that for the last couple of books. So I just started The Tenant, which I saw on your stand there. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna talk to Lex about that.
You know it ain't mine.
Well, I didn't want to fully assume that you were not reading it, but I remembered that she also read another Frida book. So I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely hers. And I just started that. So I was like, I'm going to chat with her about that.
So I got a couple more.
Okay.
Having a private relationship or showing off your partner. And I'll throw in on social media.
Oh, I've gotten in trouble with this before.
My bad.
No, it's okay. Because for me,
she had to look at the live like, who in that bitch? But no. She's a dog. She's a mutt.
I don't know. Like for me, I'm just like, if I don't post you, it don't mean that I don't want to be with you or I don't want people to like know I'm with you. I also like, I'm always just like, I don't really post a lot. Like, if anything, I go on Instagram to look at funny videos, send them to my friends so they can also enjoy the funny video I just watched, and then I hop back off. Or if I'm like checking like a message or something that I sent to somebody about something, that's really it. So like, I'm not posting myself often. I might repost a couple of things in my story, but I'm just kind of like, So I don't know. I feel like for me, it's definitely more of just like, I'm not hiding you, but like, I am just a private person.
Okay.
Nobody gotta know my shit.
Would you rather be the best or the greatest?
Ew. The greatest.
Okay. And the last one, this question I actually wrote down based on your shoe sentiment. When a relationship is done, keeping gifts or tossing them?
I've done both.
Okay.
I think it depends.
I be burning shit. I have burn parties. What are we gonna talk about? I'm burning you out of my existence.
Okay, as long as you know, don't get any further.
What do you mean? Like, I'm not burning people's houses.
I don't know. That is
No, like I have I have a bonfire in my backyard. I've had burn parties.
All arsonist stories always stem from the start of just, they burn some small things here or there, and then the interest grew further. So I'm just making sure I don't gotta call nobody.
Yeah. They say if you throw gifts out is because you still have an attachment to the person.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, some people do, yes. Like for me, I was given a gift, a very expensive gift. And then me and that person no longer kept talking or whatever. And it was right before like Christmas time. And I did not open that gift for like months. And then I finally opened it, and it was literally the gift that I was talking about that I wanted like for months. So I was sick. I was like, I'm gonna throw this shit out. Like, the fuck? Mind you, it's like it's the blue and gold PS4.
And you tossed it?
No, I still have it.
I was like, dog.
Yeah, once I realized what it was, I was like,
we gotta have a conversation.
Yeah, no. And then at first I didn't play it for months because I was just like, nah, like, fuck that. Like, I'm not playing that.
Then
shit.
One day you was just like,
yeah, I was like, and then I got like 2 games for it. And then now, like, yeah, like, I think at the time, like, everything was very fresh. And like you said, people do hold attachments to things that, you have to be able to separate the two. But yeah, now I play it. I still play it.
Yeah, there was this one time, the Funko Pops that are above your head.
I do know that one is no longer with us.
Oh, you were there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the story behind it, at that time, I was watching the show. Mm-hmm. And they were like, oh, who's your favorite character from the show? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't really know. Maybe this guy. Maybe, like, I really didn't have a favorite character.
Yeah.
And then they went and got the Funko Pop of that character. And I was like, it's not even my favorite character. And then I was like, ugh, stupid. You didn't even know me to wait. Burn.
That's crazy, because me, I would have just resold that shit.
Bro, those things are so cheap now.
They are everywhere. Like, I didn't realize how much they've grown.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't really think many have, I guess, a collector value to them.
Especially they're all open to, like, there are some. I got my dad one for Christmas. I think it was like a Spider-Man one that came with a comic. Oh. So it's in like one of the tall boxes. It has the comic behind it. Like,
oh, cool.
All right, don't open that shit.
Right. Like, that can actually be preserved.
Yeah. So, okay. All right, let's keep it or leave it. Keep it or leave it. Take that.
All right. Well, we just gonna keep moving right along.
Moving on up
to the east side. Going higher. So, my high moment for the week.
Every day.
I didn't really have per se like a high moment, so I'm just gonna charge y'all with a high moment question. So in my reflection of this week and of the topic that we talked about today, my question to the people is, what's one area this week where you're choosing growth over comfort?
Ooh, love that.
Yep. So, we gonna clip it, we gonna post it, make sure y'all are engaging with the comments and whatnot. But what's one area this week where you're gonna choose growth over comfort?
Love that.
So I think for me, the week, we're Tuesday, so there's still a few days of the week left. But I think for me, I'm choosing, in the sense of growth, to really push myself to put myself out there a little bit more at work.
Okay.
And to connect with a few more people and really start getting them to know who I am, who my face is.
Yeah. All right, bet. Well, shit. I guess that brings us to our 15 seconds of fame. I'll go first. Y'all, thank y'all for tapping in. Don't forget to tell y'all aunties to tap in with us. Uncles, for Ash. And my 15 seconds of fame is to go where most people don't go. You have to do what most people won't do. Stop being lazy. Get out of your comfort zone and do the damn thing. Drink your water and stop hating.
That part. My 15 seconds of fame is, y'all, it's okay to have a soft life, but be realistic with your soft life. Like, are you really avoiding things? And if so, is that really a soft life or is it a mediocre life?
Are you drunk right now?
Are
Do
you
you ever
high?
get nervous? Are you single? I heard you fucking girl. Is it true?
Hey, yo.
I know you don't got money.
Damn, not you calling them broke.
The niggas you with is with you? And I said, hell yeah, that's a wrap on the best podcast in CT, nigga, cut! Bars.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Whew.
That was a little rough.